Well, good morning. It is April 24th, 2026. It is 8:15 a.m., 49 degrees. On my way to have breakfast with my son and then Mary Ann's. Touch briefly on the cancer thing, as I've just done a separate video that's dedicated to that. Um, got my CT scan, imaging scan that shows very clearly what's going on inside. Um, but honestly, it didn't show much. It was just a little blip that seemed to be cancer. You couldn't really tell a lot from it. But what it did tell, strangely enough, was my thyroid was really big, which I don't know why that is. So unrelated. They could tell that my lymph node was large. They could see that easily. It looked like a big olive. And then the next day, I got my biopsy, where they pulled out a bunch of pieces of that thing and they put it in a vial of some kind, and they're going to send that off for return testing. So a little bit of pain yesterday for the biopsy. That's behind us. I feel great. I feel normal. I can tell that there's something in there, obviously, with as much as they've been banging around in there lately. But I feel really good. I'll be able to do the day's work, no problem. I've got my dog Midnight in the back right now. She's going to the vet at 11:30 for an appointment, and she was attacked recently by the other dogs in our pack, if you will. And but she's doing fantastic. She's going to be fine. And let's see. Let's talk about the project. So I am completely focused on the back plane right now. The back plane is where the hard drives plug in. It is the only way I'm going to create space between each of these hard drives, which will ultimately minimize heat inside that server case. I can't underscore the importance of it enough, and there's simply no other backplane like that, because everybody else is just trying to cram that shit together, make it as small as possible. Space is at a premium, and sell a device. Everything's shrinking, and if the space between your hard drives is a limiting factor, so the hard drive burns out earlier. It actually takes precedence. Space takes precedence over. Lack of space. They just push them together like a sandwich. And one of my servers at the shop is a prime example. They are all smushed in together. So it's coming along very nicely. And I'm using AI to create the schematic. I wouldn't be able to do this without AI. It's question, and answer, and eventually drawing exactly what I need to submit to the PCB builder so they can create the perfect backplane. And with that done, I'm going to call the fellow here in town that is going to help, that's going to do the 3D design, the CAD design work. Now that I have that, so I'm very excited about it. It's coming along. I see no way that I won't be done with that backplane today. The other thing that weighs heavily on my mind is the excuse me, I'm getting my sense of direction here. I went off track. Is the Wi-Fi project at Guimas Island Resort. I spent the full day. I've spent $600 of their money so far, going out and surveying the property. The consultant that I had in mind, Willie Howe, a YouTube guy, who certainly very knowledgeable, and indicated that he does consulting and that he would work with me on this. Unfortunately, has been completely vacant. A couple of one-word responses to emails that were a week or two behind each other, and the customers hanging the balance. So I've got to take it on. I've got to figure it out myself. And I don't really want to spend the time on this Wi-Fi project right now, but I've already taken some of their money, and I've got to do it, or refund them their money, one or the other. All right, at my son's house. Thanks for watching, and we'll keep you abreast. Poof, you're abreast. Bye-bye.